I'm Dr. Ryan DeBell from The Movement Fix. This is Movement Fix Monday, and as you can see, we're at the track, and we're going to talk about a good running warm-up that kind of hits the main things that we need in running. So the first thing I'm going to do to prepare for my run is I'm just going to do 10 straight leg raises. So I'm just going to lay down on the ground. One leg is bent, one leg is straight. I'm just going to go 10 reps here, and I'm trying to get a little bit of contraction through my abdominal region so that this stays pretty much planted as the leg moves. So I'm not taking my leg and my back is arching like this. I'm trying to keep it kind of crunched to develop stiffness here, and the hip moves. So I'm going to do 10 reps of that each leg. And then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move into getting the hip ready for extension, or the back of the leg swing. So I'm going to get into a lunge position, and right now I feel absolutely no stretching. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stiffen up here. I'm going to squeeze this butt, and then I'm going to lower down, and you may even need a little bit of a wider stance here. I'm going to lower down until I feel the very beginning of a stretch, and I'm going to come back up off of stretch. Then I'm going to develop the stiffness here again. I'm going to squeeze the butt, and I'm going to come back down here. What I want to avoid is hyperextending my back like this, or extending it to its end range like this. And so I'm going to develop the stiffness here to prevent that, to create stiffness and control here as the hip moves. And I'm just going to do 10 reps of that each leg. So just down, almost kind of like a split squat. Create the stiffness, come down, create the stiffness, maybe even have a little breath in there too as you do it. So I'm going to do 10 reps of that each leg. And then what I'm going to do is 10 leg swings. So it's going to be a little bit of a ballistic thing. I'm going to use this close for maintenance sign right here. And I'm going to do a leg swing, 10 reps each leg. And what I'm thinking about doing here is I'm going to take my leg as far forward and as far backward as possible without doing it from the back. So this would be doing it from the back. This would be doing it from the hip. And so you have to develop stiffness through the trunk so the hip can move and your spine doesn't get cranked on. So I'm going to go 10 reps of that each leg. And if you want more in-depth discussion of the leg swing, make sure to check out my leg swing video, which I'll put in the description of this, so you can see the full kind of explanation of why we're doing it from the hip and not through here. So after that, I want to get my shoulders prepared for the back kind of extension part of the shoulder swing, because a lot of times what happens is people are stiff in their shoulder or their pecs. They'll run and they'll get stuck here and they might rotate too much, and you have to have good shoulder extension in running so that you can have good transfer from the shoulder to the opposite leg. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a little bit of stiffness here. Again, you guys see the theme, stiffness, and then we're moving it either the shoulder or the hip. So I'm going to have stiffness, and then I'm going to do 10 reps where I just swing this arm back pretty aggressively. This is like the leg swing for the arm in terms of preparation for running. So 10 reps each side. Again, I'm really trying to create stiffness here as I do this versus kind of being sloppy here. So you can see how this can transfer power across. Now, after I do those things and I have the legs ready and the shoulders ready, I'm going to do a couple sprint specific or running specific drills. And the first one I'm going to do is called a straight leg shuffle. And basically what I'm going to do is this little jog with my legs straight. And what I'm trying to accomplish is having stiffness here, straight leg is going to strike the ground, and I'm going to try to drive it with the glute and then time it with the arm swing. So what it looks like is this: legs are straight, you start shuffling like this, you keep the legs straight, and then you try to time the arms as you do this. And so what I'm thinking about is as this leg comes back, this arm is timing at the same time. So I have good contraction across the sling, so to speak, and I'm having stiffness here as well, so that you don't want to be here and have a loose core because you can't transfer the power effectively. So I would do that for 10, maybe 20 meters, and then I'm going to do a skip with sort of a simulated swing through of a sprint. So what it looks like is this. So I would just be skipping, and then I'm going to do this little kind of aggressive swing through, and again, I'm trying to incorporate the arms at the same time as the legs. So as this leg comes through, I'm going to try to time it with that and have tightness in the abdominal region. And so what it would look like is this is how it would kind of flow, is I would start with the straight leg shuffle, go right into the skipping, and then I would do a short little jog with the preparation. So it'd be here, maybe 10, 20 meters, then we'll go into the skip, and then I would take that right into a jog. And then you could just take that for a couple cycles, maybe 3-4 cycles, until you feel ready, until you feel prepped. And that is a great way to get ready for running. And we're gonna take a more in-depth look at other running related topics that kind of follow this general theme that we want stiffness here, good motion of the shoulder, good motion of the hip to be the best runner that we can be. So that's what I got for you guys for this week on Movement Fix Monday. Hey, make sure to check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/The Movement Fix. You can also find me on Instagram at The Movement Fix. I'll see you guys next.